Hey guys, SpacePigguArt here, and today I am doing a smaller watercolour piece. I've been doing quite a few A4 ones, if you don't know what that size is, because to my knowledge, it doesn't exist in America. It might do, but it's just kind of like the size you write on in exercise books. I don't know. But yeah, this is half that size. So it's a little bit smaller and it's a little bit easier, and I can actually film it easily on my desk, which is nice because honestly, I have such a narrow desk at the moment that filming anything on it is kind of a struggle unless it's like this tiny A5 size, which isn't super small. It's a bit bigger than my hand, but it's not huge. Yeah, honestly, I feel like it might have been nice to do this one bigger, because it's not got a huge amount of detail, but like having more detail in the hair or fur, I guess it is, that would have been nice, but hey, you know. More on the concept of this, I guess. I had this kind of dragon mermaid thought where Eastern dragons are kind of serpenty, and obviously mermaids are kind of serpenty, and it was kind of a cross between a half human, half dragon, as opposed to half human, half whatever sea creature you happen to choose to make your mermaid. Yeah, and she has this kind of skull mask on, and I kind of hadn't had the thought before I started, but looking at it finished, I was like, oh, it's kind of like a spirit. Like it just has that feeling to me. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, that's kind of the feeling I got from it, which was fun. Yeah, so I'm lining it with my Pentel brush pen. I tend to line all of my watercolours in Pentel brush pen at the moment. Yeah, and I'm using my Winsor & Newton watercolour set. I decided to go for a blue and like gold yellow colour scheme. I really wish at times like this that I had that really fancy gold watercolour set that some people have. I might have to look into getting it because it's just so gorgeous. But yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of a bit all over the place today. I always am, honestly. I don't know why I even pointed out, but yeah. Trying really hard not to cough at the moment. I've had a bit of a cough for like the last week, which sucks, but I keep getting a tickle in my throat and I keep going, no, I'm not editing this out, just don't cough, it'll be fine. But yeah, I use a slightly more purpley blue to shade, and then I get a bit more purpley nearer the end. I also add some more green as like a blushing colour, which I thought was kind of fun. I like trying things that are a bit different. Yeah. I guess the thing to note on this is I'm not sure how I feel about the framing of this. I felt like, or I feel now that I'm looking at the finished version, that it's kind of a bit too much in the bottom corner. I don't know if that's just me. Like, I kind of like it on the one hand. Maybe if I put something in the background in the upper opposite corner, it would make a bit more sense, but I didn't, so you know. But I don't know. I still like it. I still like it a lot. I'm just a little torn on how I feel about my own placement of things. But yeah. For the hair fur stuff, I tried to make it a little bit more interesting. Even though it was kind of busy with the lines and stuff, I thought I would add some more colour depth, and I do add a more like orangey reddish tone into it as well, because I felt like the yellows were too flat, and I wanted it to be really interesting and gold looking, and gold is not an easy colour to emulate without having gold. So yeah. Oh, there goes my throat again, trying to cough. I'm sure I can get to the end without coughing. I'll just have a big coughing fit once I'm done recording. But yeah. Originally I was going to leave the skull white as well, but I end up doing it in a light grey, which I shade with a bit of blue, and I think that looks quite nice. I might be about to do that. I think I'm about to do that now. Yeah. Just have a watch of me blending colours for a minute there. Yeah, so I do it a light grey just to make it a little bit more interesting. Maybe I should have done it gold as well. Thinking about it now, I don't know, I didn't think about it at the time, but now I'm kind of going, maybe that would have been fun if I'd done like a metallic looking skull. But then I don't know how good I am at rendering metals in watercolour. I guess I'd have to practice with that and then come back. Yeah, I added a bit more purple to that blue I'd been using for the skin, and I did a bit more shading with it because, I don't know, I wanted it to look a little bit more detailed and a little bit more interesting. Yeah. Another thing I maybe should have added is some scale texture, but I'm not great at that either. There's a lot of stuff I clearly need to work on, but you know, that's just life, I guess. With art, you're always working and learning and all that stuff. Yeah, in terms of the pose as well, I've started doing a little bit of drawing from life, and that's kind of where I got this from, so that was fun. We're slowly edging towards the end of the video though, so I guess thank you very, very much for watching. If you liked this, please feel free to subscribe. You can also follow me on various social media. I think I have a Twitter, a Facebook, an Instagram, a Tumblr. I don't post a huge amount. I post most on Twitter and Instagram, and then everything from Instagram goes on to Facebook and Tumblr, so it's, you know, not super interesting, I guess. At some point I'll learn to diversify them a bit, but for now, yeah. But yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and yeah, goodbye.